Oh, you're watching another episode of the Interesting Times podcast right here on the Bek Lover podcast, where I gather all the news. Sometimes I even do some journalism. Today, I'm going to take you live into the Trump rally. There's a lot that's already happened. The rally's still going on in New York City as we speak. I got people on the ground, and there's already a lot of controversy surrounding a lot of different speakers that have spoken at the rally with a massive crowd in Madison Square Garden. For those of you that don't know, if this is the first time you're listening to my podcast, I cover all the news from around the world, anything that's important, anything that's interesting, because the world we live in is so much crazier than any fiction novel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, check out all my episodes, my interviews, and all my handles, because I upload all kinds of content from my Instagram to my TikTok to my X, formerly known as Twitter. You can watch this episode on Rumble, Spotify, YouTube, and anywhere podcasts are received. So make sure you check it out. To those of you that have been loyal throughout all these years, I want to thank you, as we have multiple videos that are viral as you're watching this right now. If you're searching for my channel on YouTube, it doesn't pop up. I wonder why. In any event, let's get to it, because I got to get to the city where I'm meeting up with DJ Regard. He's one of the most famous DJs in the world and the hit producer that created the song Ride It, Ride It, Ride It. He remixed a song that someone else made, but he made it a much bigger hit than the original. In any event, I had some of my family members in attendance at the Trump rally. I actually streamed live on my Instagram, which is why I say follow all my different platforms, because I put different pieces of content up depending who, what, where, why, and when. This is my Instagram page, and we're going to take a look real quick at this video from earlier today. Follow me, because you never know what kind of content I'm going to be putting up. I'm about to go live right now. I got people on the ground at the Trump rally right next to Madison Square Garden. All the streets in New York City, Midtown, are full of hundreds of thousands of people. We're about to go live right now, so stay tuned right here. I'm going to ping them in, and let's get this thing doing. Let's see how crazy this is, because supposedly New York City is the most liberal, left-leaning city in the country, in the world. Are you there? Are you there? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. My God, slower. Go slower, please. Wow, that's just one side street. That's just one side street. What you're seeing here is literally the front entrance of Madison Square Garden and a side street that is full from the beginning all the way to the end. And then if you were watching the live today, all the other subsequent side streets were completely packed. Hundreds of thousands of people, more than that could fit into Madison Square Garden. Now, if you go on my Instagram and actually watch the video, one thing that I noticed, I didn't notice a lot of different minorities. Okay, I didn't notice a lot of different, African Americans, Latinos. It was mostly a white crowd, at least on this segment that my people were filming. My reporter on the ground is not as brave as I was. Shout out to Fistnik, who was filming while speaking to me on Instagram Live. He was scared to ask people stuff, but I really wanted to know where the majority of these people were from. Were they from Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Jersey? Because they're all very close by. I mean, New York City has a ton of Latinos, ton of, African Americans, Middle Easterners. The majority of that crowd was straight up white. So what do you think about that? I guess Trump hasn't penetrated the hearts yet of the minorities in New York City. I don't know. What are your thoughts? What are your comments?
Fully blocked out over here.
How about the other streets? Besides, look, let's pause. All you see, okay, I see one African American right there. All I see are white people. It's this one. How about the other streets?
The streets are fully blocked.
How does security look? Is anyone there protecting the rooftops? Can you give us a live shot?
There's like 20,000 people on the street. We have the snipers up on the rooftops.
You got snipers everywhere, right?
On each corner. We have one corner over here.
Unreal.
Another corner
Unreal.
over here.
Go slower, please. Go slower. Look at that. Hopefully they can do their job for once. Let's see how crazy this. So that was basically some of the live footage. It was packed, and they just got out of the rally. I just got word. But, a lot of action-packed speakers there. But I do not understand why President Trump or his handlers allowed Tony Hinchcliffe to go on stage. Now, I understand he's a comedian. I actually like jokes where we make fun of each other racially, even when they make terrorist jokes about Muslims. Like, I die laughing, even though I'm a Muslim. Like, I appreciate it. But I really feel like a lot of this guy's comments, as a comedian, I don't think he had room awareness. And the fact that President Trump has been entangled a couple times with Puerto Rico when he was throwing out the paper rolls and, I love Puerto Ricans. My girl is half Puerto Rican, and I've been to Puerto Rico many times. I've grew up with Puerto Ricans. I have a lot of friends that are Puerto Rican. I did not appreciate this guy's joke. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't appreciate it at all. Not even in context. I thought it was very tasteless. And basically, it's already gone viral. As Trump courts their vote, comedian at his rally makes racist jokes about Latinos and Puerto Ricans. I'll let you be the judge.
This stuff is really, really crazy. We're right there by a wide open border. Where are my proud Latinos at tonight? You guys see what I mean? It's wide open. There's so many of them. It's absolutely incredible.
That's funny.
Believe it or not, people, I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this.
That was funny. Okay.
It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies, too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out.
That was funny.
They come inside, just like they did to our country.
That was funny.
Republicans are the party with a good sense of humor. It is absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
I didn't find that to be funny.
All right.
I really didn't.
Okay.
And I don't think the crowd did either. And if I was Puerto Rican, I would be greatly offended. I feel like this was
10 days to go.
Very stupid to allow this guy to make that type of comment in a heavily Latino populated part of the country where most of them are blue and we need their votes, if you're Trump. So I just think it was a horrible joke. This has been a wild election season. You have candidates and politicians and celebrities doing all kinds of things trying to win votes. I found this to be like a joke, like Trump's packing stadiums, packing Times Square, packing the streets of New York. And you got Tim Walz, who's running with Harris as vice president, and AOC playing video games, trying to be cool, appealing to the young people. Now, if I was Donald Trump and I was walking into Madison Square Garden, I found the music that he used to walk in very boring as usual. And I'm proud to be an American. Like, yo, you're in New York. After all the assassination attempts, after the many videos that went viral of people putting 50 Cent's music on top of Donald Trump walking into these different rallies, I think it would have been legendary if he would have reached out to 50 Cent, who's already basically endorsed Trump, from what I can tell, rapping like when he raps for boxers as they're coming out before they go into a match. And you would have just seen the lights dim in Madison Square Garden, and all you would have heard was, many men wish death upon me. And if he would have had 50 Cent rapping in front of him as he's walking out, I swear to God, he would have broke the internet again, just like he broke it with Joe Rogan a couple of days ago. He would have smashed the internet. I think the minorities have been like, yo, as much as I was told to hate this guy, he had 50 Cent walk him in to many men wish death upon me. He would have been a legend forever. I should run his campaign next time. Ain't going to be a next time, though. Here we go. Let's watch this clip of Tim Walz playing Crazy Taxi with AOC.
I don't know the controllers on Xbox, but I just wanted to try it once with you.
Oh my gosh.
I got to go pick these people up. Get in, dude. And here we go. And then you got to drive them.
Oh, okay, I see. He's picking up migrants. Oh, this is what they do. They go and pick up illegals and drive them all over America. Great video game choice for Tim Waltz.
There we go.
It's exactly how he's going to drive this country into the ground if he's elected.
I'm not bad.
Oh my God.
Right into a wall.
Dude,
You're like
he overran his spot.
Yeah.
I had the money in my pocket. Here we go. I got it. I got to just
Run
go
the
in
meter,
there.
run the meter. Oh no, people are like super excited. They didn't want crazy taxes.
So while Trump packs stadiums, these people play video games and try to go after, I guess, the young voter. I don't know. In any event, interesting times indeed. So here we are. Even the foreign press is making fun of the left. This is Sky News, Austria. Let's take a little view at this clip.
Campaign there never was. This is the party of self-loathing, identity politics and neo-Marxist idiocy. As one rather sage commentator said this week, the Democrats have become the party of weak men and miserable women. And
Literally being trolled by the entire world, let alone other Americans.
here's an update on another lefty losing it we featured a couple of weeks ago. A young woman in New Jersey who attacked a Greek restaurant when she mistook the Greek flags for Israeli ones.
So this woman goes in front of a Greek restaurant, starts pulling the Greek flags down because Greek flag is also blue and white, but looks nothing like the Israeli flag and nothing like the Star of David. The level of ignorance most people have. I mean, clearly, this is the level of ignorance.
Free Palestine. Look, what you looking at? You know damn well there's a genocide. You know there's a genocide. Now stop it. You taking...
Literally the wrong flag, stupid. Literally the wrong flag, you ignorant person, you.
Taking it down. I believe this one. Take this one down right here. What are they gonna do? They can't do nothing. There's genocide, and I don't stand for...
You got the wrong country. Their country starts with a G. It's called Greece. The one you're talking about starts with an I, and the flag has a star, not a cross. I mean, really, man.
Zionism.
If you're going to harass people, at least harass the right people. You fucking clown. People that are endorsing Kamala seems to be interesting, man. A lot of people that were circulating the internet a few weeks ago, being spotted at Diddy parties, you know, all trying to say, no, I wasn't that close with Diddy, man. I wasn't that close with Diddy. You know? I wasn't that close with Diddy. I wasn't that close with Diddy. Leonardo DiCaprio endorses Kamala Harris for president. Climate change is killing the earth and ruining our economy. We need a bold step forward to save our economy, our planet, and ourselves. That's why I'm voting for Kamala Harris, this neckbone, Leonardo DiCaprio, who has been circulating the net in rumors of Diddy parties and freak-offs. Let's see if he's been politically active, because that's a signal to a lot of us. Let's see. Leonardo DiCaprio presidential endorsement history, I guess. Let's see if he's done that. Let's see. Let me show his presidential endorsement. Kamala for president. Has he ever endorsed anyone? I don't know. I don't see nothing here. It's the first time I've ever heard him speak about any candidate. You know, let's see if he backed Biden. Let's see. Did he back Biden? No, you see, he doesn't pop up anywhere, man. You know, I don't know. Let's see. He doesn't pop up. Let's see. No, as you can see here, he was not really active. As I'm Googling here, I don't see any previous endorsements by DiCaprio. You know, it only says Harris. Let's see. Let's see if he did Obama. I don't see anything here. So as I said, this is the first time I've ever heard of him endorsing anyone. It's funny because a lot of people circulating those videos and rumors of being at these parties, you know, we're going to get to him in a second. Where is it? We have other people too, like Beyonce. She went out and performed like a rock star for Kamala. So very interesting. A lot of people very close to Diddy. Wonder if that has anything to do with it. New Chris Brown documentary, Chris Brown, the singer, lays out years of abuse allegations against singer, from Rihanna assault to Jane Doe's accusations on Sean Diddy Combs' yacht. Chris Brown, A History of Violence, premieres Sunday, October 27th. Okay, he looks mentally ill. He really does. Chris Brown's behavior is once again being called into question in a new documentary. Brown's attorney denies those claims and calls all the allegations in the documentary malicious and false. Timed with Network's No Excuse for Abuse campaign for Domestic Violence Awareness Month, the documentary looks at Brown's rise in the music world, being touted as the next Michael Jackson, and how it came crashing down after he physically assaulted Rihanna in 2009. Let's play a little clip from this.
The incident report states Chris and Rihanna were driving in his little Lamborghini around town. Rihanna had seen something on his phone that made her think that he was dealing with another female. And by his own admission, when she confronted him in the car, he kind of got a little annoyed with her. So the nerve of her to have the temerity to talk to him and ask him and question him about whatever it is that he's doing.
And we all remember those pictures of Rihanna's black eye and beaten face by this scumbag that people still pay to go to his concerts. Because people have no morals, and they support the wicked and the liar, and they punish the honest one in today's world. You know? I also wanted to cover something about Jamie Foxx. So here we go. I'm seeing rumors that Jamie Foxx may have been the one to call the feds on Diddy. So, let's see. Page 6, Jamie Foxx recently addressed whether Sean Diddy Combs was responsible for his mysterious hospitalization last year. 3 eyewitnesses who attended tapings of Fox's forthcoming Netflix special, What Had Happened, was said he discussed allegations that Combs caused his hospitalization. But the audience members had different recollections of what the comedian said. Earlier this month, Choke No Joke, who is a videographer, producer, and director, told Comedy Hype he had attended 2 of Fox's 3 shows, which took place on October 4th, 5th, and 6th at the Alliance Theater in Atlanta. On October 7th, Comedy Hype uploaded a YouTube video in which Choke said, Jamie has a special coming out on Netflix called What Had Happened Was, and I went to the taping of it. It was 3 days taping. I went to the first show. I went to the last show. Choke claimed Fox stated during the tapings that Diddy was responsible for what happened to him, and Fox is the one who called the FBI on Combs. However, it is unclear whether the alleged comments will be included in the final cut of the special. Jamie Foxx recently addressed whether Sean Diddy Combs was responsible for his mysterious hospitalization last year. Earlier this month, Choke No Joke, who is a videographer, producer, and director, told Comedy Hype he attended 2 of the 3 Fox's filmings. Y'all can determine was he joking or not when you see the show, because to me, I'm a new comedian, right? I know when somebody's setting up a punchline, and I know when you're serious. Choke continued, noting that he didn't want to give away Fox's joke. Page 6 cannot independently confirm whether the alleged comments were made or received by others in jest. After Fox said Diddy did something to me, he said, I'm the one who called the feds on him, Choke reiterated, hypothesizing that Fox might have done so because he was scared. He disappeared, right? He out now. Soon as Puff went to jail, right? We see him at the game with the Dallas Cowboys owner, Jerry Jones, right? We haven't seen him. As soon as Puff went to jail, Fox was at the goddamn Dallas football game, right? And now he just went and shot his special. And who's the special strongly based around? Diddy, Choke claimed. What do you think? Do you guys think that Diddy was thrown out of the bus by Jamie Foxx? According to Choke, the stars appeared to be bros until something allegedly caused the relationship to sour. So that story is still developing. He added, when people ask me, and no, I ain't supporting him. He added, when people ask me, is this a stand-up comedy show? I say, no, it's an artistic explanation of something that went terribly wrong. But thanks to the great people in Atlanta, especially Piedmont Hospital, you enabled me to come back and be on stage and to do what I love to do the most. The caption accompanied 2 photos, one of which showed him crying on stage with a microphone in his hand. Reps for Combs, Fox, and Netflix did not respond to our repeated request for comment. In April 2023, Fox's elder daughter, Corrine Foxx, announced the star had experienced a medical complication but did not reveal specifics. 3 months later, Jamie, 56, elaborated on his hellish experience but did not disclose an exact diagnosis. I went through something I thought I would never ever go through. The multi-hyphenate told his Instagram followers in a selfie-style video in July 2023, clarifying that he was neither blind nor paralyzed. Still, he admitted he didn't know whether he was going to make it through. The following month, Jamie posted a message on Instagram that read, "They killed this dude named Jesus. What do you think they'll do to you? Fake friends, fake love." At the time, many deemed the upload to be anti-Semitic, prompting Jamie to delete it and to apologize to the Jewish community and everyone who was offended by his post. After the performances, Fox took to Instagram with a heartfelt message that read in part, "God is good. I had an opportunity to tell my side of the story, and there was no better place than Atlanta, Georgia." He went on to explain, to clarify, "I was betrayed by a fake friend, and that's what I meant with they not anything anymore." Shortly after, the actor referred to his health scare as an unexpected dark journey. Then in July of this year, he was recorded telling a group of people in Phoenix that on April 11, 2023, he had a bad headache, so he asked his boy for Advil. Jamie then snapped his fingers and said, "I was gone for 20 days, insisting that he doesn't remember anything." Was he drugged by Diddy? Maybe Diddy slipped him some of that baby oil, man. And yo, what's up with these pictures of Diddy, man? When did Diddy get Down syndrome in court? Now, I understand these are loosely based, they do it quickly. But every picture I'm seeing of Diddy is like he got some kind of like he got disfigured. He looking like a black chunk from the Goonies. Like, "Hey, you guys, and another one. Take that, baby Ruth." I mean, he literally looks like a black chunk from the Goonies. Like, who's drawing these drawings of Diddy? Seriously, like, who's drawing these pictures of Puffy? "Hey, you guys." Crazy. What's also crazy is China vows to take necessary measures over $2 billion in U.S. arms sales to Taiwan. Beijing says latest arms package violates China's sovereignty and endangers peace in the region. China has slammed the latest round of United States arms sales to Taiwan, vowing to take all necessary measures to assert its sovereignty over the self-ruled island it claims as its own. Al Jazeera reports. The U.S. State Department on Friday approved $2 billion arm package for Taiwan. The administration, U.S. President Joe Biden, has made countering China increasing military and economic assertiveness in the region a key pillar of its foreign policy. The deal awaits approval by Congress. The equipment will be derived from U.S. Air Force supply. Prime Minister Netanyahu opposed negotiation deal to release 4 hostages. I mean, why would he save the lives of 4 hostages? I mean, just for a 2-day ceasefire. Can't take off just 2 days of blowing children up and families up and schools up and hospitals up and journalists up. 2 days, man. Save a few of the hostages, man. It's why you went in, right? I mean, 2 days to get 4 people out that you started, supposedly this revenge attack to get them out. 2 days, BB. 2 days to bring 4 of your people home. Like, he annihilated the place. Like, how much ground are you going to lose in 2 days? Seriously. You seem to have enough resources to bomb Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Iran. And Gaza is like a disaster. You can't take two days off to bring 4 people home? What do you think about that, audience? Was it ever about the hostages with Bibi? I don't think so. Israeli forces leave a trail of destruction after days-long siege at one of Gaza's last hospitals.
Israeli airstrike bringing carnage to this school in central Gaza. Wounded children carried past what were once classrooms.
This is NBC
The
News,
dead
so take it easy
wrapped
on
in
the YouTube,
blankets
please.
And lifted through the rubble.
Okay? I don't care if there was 10 or 20 or 50 Hamas people there. You're hitting a school that has civilians in it, man. Like, when did collateral damage of that proportion ever become acceptable by the world. Seriously. In the wake of suspected ramming, coalition MKs demand attackers' families be stripped of citizenship and deported. Times of Israel reports more than 30 people were injured in the suspected ramming, which police have said they are still investigating, and which was reportedly carried out by an Arab-Israeli driver from Kalenswa in central Israel. Culture and Sports Minister Miki Zohar and Coalition Whip Ophir Katz called on lawmakers to vote in favor of the bill in the wake of the attack, with Zohar writing and Katz retweeting a post on X declaring that the legislation must be supported by both the opposition and coalition. Speaking at the scene of the attack, National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir states that he will raise the bill in the Knesset on Tuesday and that he expects Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu, along with all Likud lawmakers, to support this law in order to pass it. The bill in question is currently being prepared for its second and third readings in the Knesset House Committee. It would grant the Interior Minister of Authority following a hearing to order the deportation of a relative of a terrorist who knew of their family members' plans in advance and either failed to report them or expressed sympathy and encouragement for such a course of action. Hezbollah is not going anywhere anytime soon. Woman seriously injured following Hezbollah's massive 75 rocket salvo. Hezbollah fires on one of its largest volleys on the Galilee area, resulting in injuries of the Arab town of Tamra in northern Israel. IDF continues to fight terror group in Lebanon. Ynet News reports a 57-year-old woman was seriously injured on Sunday after Hezbollah rocket hit Tamra, an Arab town located in northern Israel. Looks like Hezbollah hit the wrong fucking town. Here's some footage from that. So hits an Arab household in Israel. Wrong house, Hezbollah. Other interesting news, the forgotten war, Sudan, which millions of people are in danger. Millions of people are starving. Hundreds of thousands of people are dead, and you never see anyone talking about it. Well, not here on the Bek Lover podcast. We cover all stories because all life is important, all people are important, and all innocents deserve safety, life, and security. And my heart goes out to Sudan and their people. Videos live veil on hidden horrors in Sudan after 100 villagers were massacred. A handful of clips have appeared on social media detailing what is going on in war-torn Sudan, breaking through the telecommunications blackout. In one video, a militiaman jeers at fleeing men and orders them to beat like sheep. Here you can see very graphic image, many bodies with white sheets wrapped around them. These are the martyrs of Al-Syria, more than 100. The man recording the video says as mourners pray and walk around the corpses in the poorly lit evening darkness. Civilians were massacred in the farming village in the eastern parts of Sudan, Al Jazeera State, on Friday. The horror was emerged in a handful of videos uploaded to social media amid telecommunications blackout. The number of deaths we've received so far is 124. And you can see the videos of these people that were executed before they were. And in one video, they're being marched. It's just sick what human beings can do to each other. Honestly, bro, God, please just smash a meteorite into us. Please, God, I don't want to go to hell. I've given up on this world. Please, God, just destroy it. And I just want to go to heaven. I might not deserve the highest level. I'll be a busboy in heaven, a server, I don't care. I just don't want to go to hell. People that are probably burning in hell because God turned them into human statues. Pompeii, Italy. Ancient Pompeii site uncovers tiny house with exquisite frescoes. Some of the other articles I wrote said a lot of these pictures were actually X-rated in nature. As you can see, the stunning detail here in Pompeii. What people don't know about this town is they had more brothels than anything else in that town. And I really do believe they were punished by God, and he turned them into stone, and their faces even froze, like how they died. I think it's just fascinating. It is on my bucket list. But look at these frescoes, the fine details of these pictures. Unreal. So they just discovered more, and that site is still being unearthed as we speak. The Bank of England is still going to push ahead with the digital currency in case the banks fall short. The Bank of England is reluctantly pressing on with work to create a form of digital money accessible to the general public as commercial banks risk failing to keep up with less regulated tech firms. Bailey's remarks build on his long-standing concerns that he does not want to see day-to-day payments or banking-type services shift to cryptocurrencies. The BOE and Britain's finance ministry have said they will not make a final decision before 2025 at the earliest to go ahead with a state-backed digital pound or central bank digital currency. I promise you, my friends, this is where it's all going to go. In every case around the world, every country, there will be, in my opinion, a fiat currency collapse to usher in CBDCs, one digital currency for the entire world. I believe the BRICS is half the equation, the dollar, and when this whole thing goes to hell, they'll probably unite and make one currency under the United Nations regulation, also known as Antichrist time, I think. Last story of the day, 17,000-year-old remains of a blue-eyed baby boy unearthed in Italy. The well-preserved remains of a baby boy who died 17,000 years ago in what is now Italy reveal that he had blue eyes, dark skin, and curly hair. When you purchase through our... Okay, so scientists have unspoiled the life history of an Ice Age baby. The tiny remains of the youngster also show evidence of poor development and inbreeding. Okay, more proof of Adam and Eve, okay, inbreeding. While a DNA analysis revealed that the child was male and likely had blue eyes, dark skin, and curly dark brown hair. Sounds like he may have been African in origin. Sounds like it. 17,000 years ago, this guy had dark skin and blue eyes. Mario Calatini, an archaeologist at the University of Siena and one of the study authors, found the child's grave in 1998 while excavating the Grotta del Mura cave in Monopoli. Not the game, it's a town in the southeastern Puglia region, or the heel of Italy's boot. The burial was covered by 2 rock slabs and held well-preserved and intact skeletal remains of the baby. There were no grave goods, and it was the only burial found in the cave. It's rare to find the well-preserved remains of a baby who lived shortly after the last glacial maximum 20,000 years ago, when ice sheets were at their greatest extent. Places like southern Italy were slightly warmer than other parts of continental Europe at that time, and likely provided a refuge for the people who buried the baby boy. You can read the rest of this article on livescience.com, but if you want someone to do all the homework for you, gather all the interesting news, give you their analysis, allows you to abuse them in the comments, and I respond if you haven't noticed. Drop me a comment, hit that heart, hit that share. We're about to break 20,000 on this channel, even though we're banned, shadowed, you know what. They can't stop the voice of the people. You are my voice. You are my support. You are my right arm. I thank you all for listening to another episode of the Interesting Times podcast, available on all podcast platforms. This is your host, Bek Lover, and I'll see you soon as something else is interesting to talk about. I'll see you next time on the Interesting Times podcast on the Bek Lover podcast.